So welcome to another video, a short one on the Garmin and why I wear one. So the main reasons: it's a motivation tool. Motivate me to look at and improve my fitness, help me achieve better sleep, to reduce stress, and I've also got the scales to look at my BMI, my fat, muscle and bone content. But generally, it's a great tool to improve my overall well-being. So I will add a little bit of a warning: if you don't like statistics or being told by your watch to move or run faster or slower, and don't want to know your fitness age or other statistics like your VO2 max or your stress levels, then maybe one of these watches isn't for you. They're not for everyone. I see it as a motivational tool. It can sometimes feel like it's dictating what kind of running you need to be doing or certain goals and targets. You can set those yourself. We'll look at those in a bit, but yeah, do consider it, especially if you're buying a new one. They are quite expensive. It's a big investment, so it has to be worth your while. So if you are going to go with a Garmin, their website is pretty decent, though there are a lot of different watches. You can design your own watch, or you can use the site to help you find the one that's most suitable for you if you are more into your running or swimming or marathons or whatever. But have a look on there. Even if you're going to buy a used one from Vinted or wherever, it's worth having a bit of a look on the site to kind of narrow down a few of the models that you might be interested in. Mine's solar powered, or it's got solar charging, so that helps keep the battery life going. So I love the sleep function. If you wear the Garmin at night, you'll get a score out of 100, and you can get all the detail on your phone or on your watch. I've actually scored the maximum of 100, which was a nice result. I actually look, the sleep score is part of the morning report if you want it. That gives you your training readiness. There again, that was 100. It does suggest a run you might want to do that day, or you might have a rest day. It'll look at also your HRV status, and might give you a little bit of encouragement to go and have a good day. So sometimes it's nicer to drop into the detail on your phone if your eyesight's going like mine. You can see maybe why you get a certain score for certain metrics. Here with the training readiness, for example, it's looking at my HRV and my sleep, my stress levels and my recovery time, which is also quite useful. So I use my Garmin quite a lot for running. Now you can just kind of press play and go running, and it will pick up whatever you do and give you all the stats. Or you can follow what it tells you to do if you set yourself specific goals or it set you goals. And then it will give you an evaluation if you've followed what it said. That might be just a certain distance, or it might come up with sprint training or interval training or different types of running, and then it will score you to see how well you matched its targets. There's hundreds of statistics you can look at and scroll through, which most of them I don't really look at. But here it looks at your split times, your lap times, your run time, your rest time. Sometimes it's interesting to have a look at. Something might pique your interest, but generally I don't go into too much detail. That's just some of it. Here you can see a bit of your pacing, your heart rate, the training effect. That's quite interesting. Aerobic versus anaerobic, your power levels and your stamina. It just goes on and on and on. How much time you spent hitting the ground, in the air, etc. Different power zones, heart rate zones. All quite interesting if you've got specific goals or targets in mind, that can really help fine tune your training. So if you do have specific targets you'd like to achieve, that might be running a 5k or a 2k in a particular time, or a marathon or whatever. If you have targets or goals, sometimes they're nice to set yourself, and the watch and then the phone will come up with a program for the weeks, for the months, for the years, depending on how far out you want to set your goals. And it can be really useful to help you plan your runs and your week and to vary the runs. The other thing, if you want to look into the detail of the run itself, and it will give you detailed guidance, which is nice to kind of get in your head before you go out, because looking down at your watch whilst you're running, you need to be kind of aware of what you're getting yourself into before you get out and start running. So VO2 max, what is it? It's your maximum rate of oxygen consumption, or more specifically, the millimeters of oxygen per kilogram of the body mass consumed per minute. Garmin has a good article on it on their website. I'll include a link below. But their definition at the top, VO2 max is the number that describes your cardiorespiratory fitness, a single number that captures your heart, lungs, circulatory system and muscle cells all working independently and together. So there's a big article there, and it also goes on to look at the kind of guidelines that we should be aiming for depending on our age, etc. Mine's come in around 56, which has improved over time. World records currently at around 97, and I think Huskies come in at about 240. So some other stats that you might find useful: body battery, how well charged you are, your stress levels, which can be quite interesting to monitor, your heart rate, obviously, resting and when you're running, and it picks up on any abnormalities there. It can give you an idea whether you're being productive, unproductive, whether you're overdoing it. I also have the scales that then feed directly into the app, and that goes towards working out your fitness age. They measure things like obviously your weight, calculate your BMI, your muscle mass, your bone density, your body fat percentage, and your water. Okay, I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. I didn't go into too much detail, hopefully, but if you have got any other questions, if I seem to have missed anything out that you're interested in, put a question below and I'll see if I can help out. Bye for now.